Hello friends, it's Daryl, and I'm here with my son Dan. Today we're going to be working on a project for you. We're going to be doing a water pump on this 2016 F150 with the 2.7 turbo engine. The water pump has started leaking around the weep hole, and the bearing's getting bad on it. Here's our tool list. We're going to take off this air pipe here, part of it. Let's get started. First thing we're going to do is drain the coolant. We've removed the air pipe. Water pump is right down there where my finger is. We take this one off first. Yep. That'll give you a lot more. We'll fold that over to the side, and then we'll take this one off. That's the one that actually goes to the water pump itself. Get some big pliers and start taking these hoses off. Once the big one's off, we'll take off this little one right here because that goes right to the water pump. We removed the 3 bolts from the drive pulley and had to just get a little pry bar behind it and gently pry it out toward the front of the vehicle while tapping on it. That came right off. Those were 3 8mm bolts. All that's left now are the bolts that hold the pump to the block. 7 8mm bolts and 1 longer 10mm bolt. You can use a power driver for a few of these, but it's really not worthwhile because some of them you have to use a ratchet wrench for, and honestly once you just turn them a little bit loose they come right out. Look how clean that is, no rust or anything, so we're doing pretty good here.
Alright, so what we ended up doing was we took the outer thermostat housing out right here for this to make it easier to get the bolts behind. Well, you got 2 like up here, 1 on the back side as well. You do have a 10 mil further down here. Just be careful with it.
Where that big hole is there on the water pump, that's a 10 millimeter. The other 7 are all 8mm. Yeah. Once those 8 bolts are out, it's just a matter of prying on it a little bit and pulling it and wiggling it, and it'll slide right out. You can see all the bolt pattern around it. That one in the bottom left corner is the bigger one we talked about.
That one right there.
The thermostat's still in place. We only have to pop that out because we're going to put a new thermostat in, right?
I got a new one, yeah.
All right, flip it over, Benny. So that's a genuine Ford brand, it says, right?
Yeah,
Ford. That's probably the original one.
Because that's the stamp right there.
Okay.
And the inner part of the shaft, Ford as well.
Yep,
Everything says Ford
so that's
on
the original. Look at that impeller pump on there. You just lightly touched it.
I barely even held it. Like I was just grabbing it and it fell out of my hand.
And that's a plastic impeller.
Yep.
The new replacement we got from AutoZone has a metal impeller. See the pump housing here. And if you look real close right down in there, you can see the black circle. That is that's a push-in flat edge seal that goes in and stays in. Really easy to get in there and out. So that was really good. I was like that. It's not like one of those cheap O-rings that keeps popping out all around. It goes right in and stays in. We cleaned it all out with a little brush and a pick. Now we're ready to reinstall the pump. This really didn't take that long at all, everything considered. The pump, and you can see it has a nice steel impeller on it as opposed to the plastic one that Ford had, which I can't complain though because this has 230,000 miles on it, and the Ford pump seems to be the original one. So this one's the 3-hole mount for the pulley. There's a 3-hole and a 4-hole. You need to make sure you get the right one when you order or buy one. At the back of the thermostat housing, you have the inlet pipe that goes into the engine. There's a big rubber bushing that goes in here, and we put a little bit of oil around the insides there to make it slide in nice and easy. We also oiled the inside of the rubber here so that when it goes, there's a pipe sticking out. When this slides over the pipe, it will have a good seal, and it's kind of tapered, so the further in it goes, the tighter it gets, I think. And we're just about ready to get going on this. Bolts for the thermostat housing are 8mm, and the easy way to tell them apart, make sure you got the right ones, is the thermostat ones have a big loose washer mounted beneath the head. None of the other bolts for this project have that loose washer like that. You can see it's nice and shiny, back in place where it's supposed to be. The 7 small bolts mounted first, using a crisscross pattern, starting at the top center, then bottom center, working your way outward in an X pattern. The torque spec for all 8 bolts is 18 foot-pounds. And now we're going to do the thermostat cover. That also has 8mm head 2 bolts, and the torque specification for that is 89 inch-pounds, which is like 7.5 foot-pounds. Thermostat's going in with a pointy side facing outward. That's going to be followed by the O-ring, and then the actual thermostat body is going to press the O-ring down to seal it. Thermostat in. Usually, the little bleeder hole usually makes sure that's at the top.
That's why it's off-centered a bit, because it's on the off-center.
Okay, there we go.
That seal.
You got the O-ring in.
That seal will hold it there for a second.
Now we're going to put the bracket on. You got the bolts of that?
No, you got.
Oh, I got those in my pocket, don't I?
Yep.
Hold in now. You got to be careful and kind of hold it in place while you're doing this so it doesn't fall out and cause the O-ring and thermostat to pull out. You know, a lot of times the hardest part of this whole process is getting the belt back on, because some of them are really tricky and they have very tiny locations where they have to fit into, and semi-elaborate routing on a lot of them. This one here was a little bit tricky because it's hard to get down underneath the crankshaft pulley. That was the big part on this one. But once we got it under there, Dan worked from the driver's side. I held it on the air compressor pulley while he worked from the driver's side, lined everything up, and then released the tension. So it worked out pretty good. It took us a while to get the hang of how to do it. Now that the belt's on, he's doing the final tightening on the
Clamps.
pulley bolts for the water pump.
And that too.
And putting the 2 coolant lines and the clamps back on the driver's side. Let's have a look at that. He slid the small hose down first over the metal nipple that comes out of the new water pump, and then slid the clamp down in place. Now he's going to reach down here with his wrench and do the final tightening of these 3 pulley bolts. They only have to be 18 foot-pounds. Hopefully the belt will hold it strong enough in place so you can tighten them up without having to do anything else other than that. Look at that, we've got the hoses back on. We are all back together. We still need to refill the coolant. I'd say we got about 3, maybe 3.5 hours into this project, and we didn't cost us anything for labor because we did it ourselves. If we can do it, so can you. Save some money, get the job done, and be back on the road in no time at all.